Let me guess, you're working a 9 to 6, maybe longer. You open Reddit or Instagram in the night and you see someone posting day 47 of full-time CAT prep with color-coded timetables and 10-hour study logs. And then you look at your own day. You're exhausted. It's 9 p.m. You've barely opened your material. And somewhere in your head, a voice says, should I just quit my job and prepare for the CAT? Don't. Not yet. Not without watching this video first. Because quitting your job for CAT prep carries real risk. And the good news? The data, actual data from aspirants who crack the IIMs shows that you don't need to. Why you should not quit yet? Before we talk schedules, let's understand the context. First, your current job is more valuable than you think. Not as a career destination, but as a signal. IIM interview panels know the market. A candidate who manages structured CAT prep alongside a real job is demonstrating exactly the skill MBA programs want to develop: time management, decision making, and consistency under pressure. Second, if you quit and CAT doesn't go the way you plan, re-entry is a lot tougher than it was a couple of years ago. The job you left may not exist in the same form when you return. Third, and this is the one nobody says out loud, the biggest reason people underperform while working isn't time, it is structure. And that is completely fixable without a resignation letter. Now, let's look at the math most people get wrong. People assume full-time prep is equal to 10 hours a day, and that gives them a 99 percentile. Let's do the actual math. A standard working week, 5 days, 9 to 6, maybe 7 if you include commute. You have Monday to Friday evenings with you and weekends. Here's what a realistic working professional can hit. You see the table. 4 weekday mornings, about 4 to 6 hours realistically. Weekday evenings, about 3 to 4 hours. And Saturdays, where you do deep work with a mock, you get about 6 to 8 hours. On Sunday, where you do mock or concept revision, you get about 4 to 5 hours. Which means the weekly total would be around 17 to 23 hours, 20 hours on an average, about 20 hours per week consistently for 6 to 7 months. That's roughly around 5 to 600 hours of preparation. That is enough. Many 99 percentilers have prepped on that budget, many on lesser. The difference between them and those who didn't make it is that they didn't waste hours, they designed them. But here's the trap most working professionals fall into. They plan for the ideal week, not the real one. Tuesday was bad at work, Thursday was a team dinner, Sunday felt like recovery, and suddenly the week gave them 6 hours instead of 20. So the entire game is building a resilient schedule, one that survives a bad Thursday. The actual schedule breakdown. Let me walk you through what this actually looks like. Not an aspirational version, a version that a person with a real job can sustain. The 5-day worker plan. Monday and Tuesday, morning block. This is your concept heavy session. Quant or VRC or DILR. No marks, no revision. Fresh learning. One chapter, 10 to 20 questions. Note down what you got wrong. Why morning? Because your cognitive bandwidth is the highest before your workday starts. After a 9-hour day and commute, you will not have the same kind of focus. Accept that early. Wednesday, rest or light prep. This isn't optional. Working professionals who turn Wednesday into a study slot typically collapse on weekends. Give yourself 30 minutes max. Read a newspaper editorial or do an RC passage. That's it. Thursday evenings, quant or verbal practice. Mixed questions, make the error log. Note down what you got wrong earlier in the week. Friday night, recovery window. Do not study on Friday nights. Have a recovery window planned for the week. For many working professionals, Friday night is the best choice. Saturday, engine day, 8 hours total. Morning block, 4 hours, full length mock or a heavy DLR session plus quant session. Afternoon, break, food, walk. This is not time wasted. Evening block, 3 hours, full mock analysis along with VRC practice. This is your most important day of the week. Treat it like it. Sunday, deep work plus reset, 4 to 5 hours, 2 hours, focused concept revision or sectional tests, 1 to 1.5 hours of reading practice, RCs, articles, editorials, whatever catches your fancy. Rest of the day, human being mode. For a 6-day worker, if you're working 6 days a week, this is going to be slightly harder and you deserve to hear that. Your only real ammunition is mornings and the Sunday. You're looking at 12 to 15 hours realistically. This is not ideal but not disqualifying. What changes? You run fewer full-length mocks, maybe mock once every 10 days instead of a weekly mock. You do micro prep sessions, 20-minute sessions during commute, where you do your flashcards, you do your quick formula reviews, you do your newspaper reading, editorial reading. Sunday becomes your weekly reset and your mock analysis and mock day. If your job is 6 days and 12 plus hours a day, that is a different conversation. We will cover that in a separate video. That is a scenario where a sabbatical planning may start to make sense. Let's now look at the mock strategy for busy people. Mocks. Here's the rhythm that will work. Phase 1, 7 to 5 months before the cat. 1 mock every 7 to 10 days. Focus 80% on deep analysis and 20% on just finishing the mock. Phase 2, 4 to 3 months before the cat. 1 mock per week, analysis on the same day or the morning after. Phase 3, last 6 weeks. 2 mocks per week, 1 full mock compared with either another mock or smaller sectional mocks. Full mock only on weekends and sectional mocks on weekdays. On mock analysis, this is where most people go wrong. They see a score, feel bad or good and close the tab. That is not enough. That is not analysis. Analysis means for every wrong answer, write down whether it was a concept gap, time pressure error, a misread or a silly mistake. Over 8 to 10 mocks, patterns emerge. Those patterns are your CAT prep priority list. Don't compare your AIMCAT percentile to your target CAT percentile directly. Compare your trend over time. A 75th percentile in the 3rd AIMCAT moving to 84 in your 7th AIMCAT. That is progress. Lastly, there is also the mind-related aspect of it, the mental game. One thing that timetables or schedules do not capture, the psychological cost of preparing with a job. Some weeks would be brutal at work, a bad project or a difficult boss, manager. A week where you hit 0 hours, you will feel like you are falling behind. You will open Reddit, see someone's day 91 of preparation post and you feel lost. Here's what I want you to hold on to. The aspirant who goes from 60th percentile in April to 92nd in November, he was not studying 10-12 hours a day. He or she was studying consistently and analyzing honestly. Consistency over time beats sprint preparation or intense preparation on short spurts of time. When a bad week happens, and it will, the question isn't how do I make up for lost time? It is how do I make next week count? Build in what I'd call a floor week. The minimum you commit even when work is tough. For most people, it's 10 to 12 hours. May not be ideal, but not impossible either. If you find that even your floor week isn't happening for more than 3 weeks in a row, that is information. That means it is time for an honest stock taking. about your job, your timelines, about whether this is the right year for you to prepare. This conversation is better had with a mentor who knows the CAT landscape, not one that you make in panic at 2 a.m. in the morning. So, here's the summary. You don't need to quit your job to crack the CAT, but you do need a real schedule, one built for your actual life, not an aspirational version of it. If you are a working professional preparing for CAT this year and you want a schedule built around your working hours, come speak to a time mentor. We won't tell you what you want to hear. We will tell you what actually works. The link is in the description. If this video helped you, share it with someone who's sitting on the fence about whether to quit. They might need this more than you do. All the best.